Super Cell Slam. And he... Oh my gosh. He didn't take into consideration that one. He didn't take that into consideration, that he absorbed his own move, and he took recoil on top of it. Wow, is that hilarious. Oh, that's so funny. What is up, everybody? Back with some more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Regulation G, VGC. Palkia is actually allowed in Regulation G. It actually has the Water Dragon typing, which offensively is actually a pretty good typing. Defensively, it's at least currently in the restricted format, but Palkia is another one of those mons that I think could be a lot better in like double restricted format, but so you've actually got a team that's actually built around it that I think is actually really cool and actually can really showcase this mon, at least offensively, and kind of some stuff that can really do. We're going to kind of talk about and break this team down. It's actually a team by Ionic. If you guys want to use a team, rental code up in the corner. Pokepaste should be somewhere probably towards the bottom of the description if you guys want to use it on Showdown or anywhere else. Or just for the EV spreads, if you guys want to look at the EV spreads for your own builds or to get ideas or whatever, completely fine. It's kind of a really cool team. I've seen this team and it has some really cool stuff on it, so I really wanted to feature this. I also actually tried building around Palkia. I built around the other alternate form, the Palkia Resolute form, or whatever the other form is. The one that has base 120 speed. And I'm going to be real with you guys, I think Palkia is one of those mons that you're just never really going to see very much because it's just so difficult to build around. And it just gets outshadowed by so many other restricted Pokemon currently in the format. That's kind of the reason why I kind of gave up trying to team build around it, because I was originally going to try to just wait until I had my own team built around Palkia. But if I can find another team with like the alternate version, the Resolute version or whatever the other one's called, I'll feature that one as well. But this is like the normal version of Palkia. I think another thing that kind of holds it back is you're forced to hold the Lustrous Orb, which if you guys do not know, the Lustrous Orb actually boosts your Water and Dragon type moves by 1.2 times. So you get kind of pretty much like a mini Life Orb boost off of both of those move types. So, but you're unable to change your item, which kind of sucks. I'll kind of go through this team real quick. We got the Palkia with the Terra Fairy Lustrous Orb. Spatial Rend, if you guys know what Spatial Rend is, a 100 power, 95% accuracy dragon move that has a high chance to crit, which is kind of cool. And then you have the Hydro Pump there, which is like the main stab for Palkia. It has 85% accuracy, so you're going to be missing it quite a lot, but it's probably its best like water type move apart from Surf. So you got the Psych Up on here. The Psych Up's mainly just to copy like some other setup on this team, because you have Calm Mind on the crest, and you also have Minimize Eviolite Quillfish on this team, which is kind of the main thing you're going to want to Psych Up. And you're able to copy the Evasiveness or the Calm Minds from the Cresselia after like 1 or 2 turns, hopefully, if you survive that long. And then you can kind of dodge a bunch of moves, and you have either Acupressure or like you have other support from this team to kind of keep you alive and just do a bunch of damage that way. So it's a really cool team. I really want to try to make this team work, because there's a lot of really cool tools on this team, and if we can get it to work, I think it'd be really, really funny. So you got the Eviolite Quillfish on here as well. Like I said, it has to minimize Acupressure, Pain Split to stay alive, and it has to protect. It has no attacking moves. I don't know if Pain Split's an attacking move. I think it's a status move. I'm not sure if it's an attacking move, but it doesn't seem like it has any attacking moves, so if they get taunted, that's going to be kind of a problem. But Prankster Taunters cannot taunt me, so it's going to be really difficult to find one of those. A lot of the Prankster users running around right now are all like Tornadus and have Prankster, so you got the Grimmsnarl with the Light Case, a really standard set with Screens, Parting Shot to support the team. Safety Goggles, Calm Mind Crest with Lunar Blessing. Just more of a setup variant, which is kind of cool. You got the Amoonguss, which is just a really standard set with the Spore, Pollen Puff, Rage Powder, super standard. And then you got Salazzle on this team, which is really random. I haven't seen Salazzle in forever, but it actually has Oblivious, which I think makes it so you can't be taunted, or I'm not sure if it works with Intimidate. There's some other thing. I think it's with Taunt, you can't be taunted. I'm not sure if it's Intimidated as well or whatever, but that doesn't matter anyways. But you actually have Dragon Cheer, so you're a really fast Dragon Cheer user with Fake Out and Taunt, which is kind of cool. I haven't seen this at all yet, so it's kind of one of the... I've seen that on this team too. I was like, oh wow, I kind of want to use this. So, really cool team. I'm really interested to kind of see how this team does. Like I said, if you guys want to use this, rental code in the corner, paste below, show that the creators some support with the team. Top in some games. Alright, we're here with another match. My opponent actually has the Pheasantipity, was it Gouging Fire, Calyrex Shadow. Oh, that's going to be fun to play against. This team has really nothing for Calyrex. King Gambit, Rillaboom, and Iron Bundle. So this team actually really struggles versus Calyrex. It really does. This team does not have much versus Calyrex at all. I guess you have Quillfish and stuff, but like, I don't know, like the Quillfish, I think this thing's is this poison water? It's poison water. I keep thinking it's always a water type, but the normal Quillfish is poison water, so I guess technically my lead here is probably Quillfish, Grimmsnarl. I think that's my lead. This team, I found out the hard way in one of my testing matches too, like this team it's really weak to King Gambit, because what you really want to do with this team is either lower stats, or like you can get a drop with Moonblast and you give it a +2 attack boost, which is really bad. Plus Kotal Cleave goes through all your stuff. Wow, I almost ran out of time. I almost ran out of time there. I was too busy talking. Plus, like, Kotal Cleave goes through, like, all your damage boost, or, like, I think it's the evasion boost, too, so it doesn't take, like, any stat changes into consideration, so that's kind of a problem. Or I think it's evasion. I think evasion. So, like, if you go, like, +6 evasion, they can still hit you. So it leads with this, that's fine. I don't really give a shit at all. I get the Intimidate off, that's good. Rillaboom can't do shit to me apart from, like, Stomping Tantrum, so I'm just gonna try to set up here. I got the Grimmsnarl here. If he wants to fake me out, that's fine. I don't think there's any way he one-shots me unless he's, like, Terra Water, Hydro Pump. So, I'm gonna Light Screen. Freeze Dry. Does a lot of damage, but I'm gonna get that Minimize off. Now, the worst case scenario here is if he actually has Encore and he Encores me into Minimize. But even then, it's not really that bad because I want to go to +6, so I don't really care that much. I'm going to go for Minimize again, and I'm going to throw out my Light Screen. I'm assuming he has Calyrex in the back. I'm assuming that's what he has here. Freeze Dry, he misses. Okay, that's good. Knockoff, he misses again. He misses again. Oh, we're getting some really good luck now. This is what we need. This is really what we need here. I just gotta be really careful though, because if the Iron Bundle goes for Freeze Dry, if I switch into Palkia, I get one-shotted because it's 4 times effective. So I gotta be really careful with how I switch into Palkia on pretty soon here. I'm just gonna go for Reflect. I'm hoping he actually just goes after the Grimmsnarl, and that way I can maybe just get a free switch into the Palkia. That would actually work here as well. Because I'm set up now for Calyrex, like I don't really give a shit about the Calyrex. I'm behind a screen and I +6 evasion. Like the main thing is if he comes in and he outspeeds me and one-shots me with like a Terra Ghost, Astral Barrage, when I bring the Palkia in here, that's gonna be the worst case scenario. But like I also have Spirit Break to kind of reduce his damage even more, so I'm not really too scared of it. I'm at +6 now, so what I'm going to start doing now is, I could start going for Acupressure here, but I'm just going to go, actually I'm going to start going for Acupressure. We're going to try to set up the Grimmsnarl at least a little bit, see what I can get. I can't really go for much else, I'm at +6 already, so I'm going to Spirit Break here to try to do some damage to the Calyrex. Draining Kiss. Okay. He has Encore, but it doesn't work because I dodge it, so... Perfect. And he gave me an evasion boost. Oh, this is crazy. This is crazy. This guy does not know what he's just letting me go out of control here. He needs to do something. I'm running away with the game here. If I can get an attack boost, I'll be in a really good spot here, actually. I'm just going to go for Acupressure again. We're going to keep on rolling the dice and see what we get. And then I'm going to go for Spirit Break again. If he wants to Encore me now, too, that's fine. I don't give a shit what he Encores me into. I'm just going to keep on going for damage until he gets rid of one of my Mons. Preferably the Grimmsnarl, that way I can go into the Palkia and just psych up and copy all the Quillfish's evasion boost. He's gonna withdraw again. Oh, let me guess, you have King Gambit, actually. Oh, that's bad. That's not good. He encores me in, that's fine, I don't care. That's fine by me. Give me an attack boost. That'd be great. Speed boost, oh, that ain't bad. At +2 speed, we'll see if I actually outspeed the... I get a crit. Gives him a +2 boost, though, that's really bad. If he has Kotal Cleave, I think that actually ignores evasion, so that's kind of scary. So now what I need to do is I need to start targeting down the Iron Bundle. That's what I do here. Go for Freeze Dry, that's fine. He gets a freeze! Wow, that is the luckiest shit ever. That is a 10% chance. That is a 10% chance of a freeze. I get the attack boost too, that's crazy. Wow. I need the Iron Bundle gone, just because it's a threat to the Palkia. That's the main thing. If I switch the Palkia and I get one shot, I'm still frozen. I am still frozen. Can I get a defense boost now, though, please? It's another speed boost. That ain't too bad, though. I don't think I live this, though. Yeah. So I'm in a bad spot now, though. Because he has a +2 King Gambit on the field, and I'm running low on screen turns. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go Terra. I'm going to Terra the Palkia, that way I'm not weak to Freeze Dry. Like, I have a screen up, which should help me a little bit, but I'm just going to go for Acupressure here. I'm going to go for Terra Fairy. And then I'm going to Psych up here. Because I should outspeed the King Gambit, so... If I can get my evasion boost, I can kind of dodge an Iron Hit if I really need to. Can we make this work? This is what this entire match has been revolving and trying to set up to for the past, like, 10 minutes already. It's taken 10 minutes of setup to try to get to this point. Can we start trying to do some damage here? He's going to Terra. What Terra are you, bud? Terra Dark, okay. So Freeze Dry, I live. No freeze, I get the Psych Up off, I get all my evasion boost. And I get an Acupressure boost. Give me a defense boost, that'd be great. Oh, there it is, right on cue. Right on cue. Oh, so now he read the move description. He probably didn't even know that Kotal Cleave actually went through evasion until now. He's like, oh wow, I have this move that actually ignores evasion. Too little, too late now, though, bud. Too little, too late. Now I'm fully set up. I got a defense boost, and I'm at +6 evasion. Here's where we start sweeping, y'all. Here's where we start sweeping. I'm gonna go for Spatial Rend, and we're gonna start getting rid of shit here. Get this King Gambit out of here. Goes for Encore. Oh, that's bad. Oh, I'm gonna take his attack boost, though. That ain't bad. Give me another evasion boost. What? How much evasion am I even at? I thought I was at max evasion. I'm only at +2. Oh, that's bad. So if you copy somebody else's stats, then all your current stats go away. That's really bad. That's no good. So I'm forced to sit here and just keep on going for Psych Up onto the Quillfish. I need to go for Psych Up until he gives me a speed boost. That's how I'm going to be able to win this. I need to have a speed boost so I'm able to outspeed the Iron Bundle. That's how I'm going to have to try to get around Encore. I lose my Reflect, which is really bad. I need a speed boost here. Like, what do I have now? I have evasion and special attack, so that's not what I want. He's missing all his moves, though, which is great. So. I mean, if he wants to keep locking me in, we can just sit here and do this until I get a speed boost. That's what this is going to come down to. I need a speed boost here. I get a special attack boost. It doesn't do anything for me, though. He lands the Iron Head. Wow. That's the real problem with this team. Like, it gets countered by, like, some really simple stuff. And, like, if they have enough turns to break through to where they get enough of a chance to actually attack you, one of those times they're going to eventually attack you. And, like, then they're going to be able to just break through and just, like, throw your entire shit down the drain. Like, now we instantly lose, so that was my win con for the game. My win con was to try to set up with the Palkia and sweep him, so now I lose. So now I lose. The Quillfish doesn't do anything here either. Like, I can minimize, I can just keep going for acupressure, but, like, I'm forced to start attacking here. Icy Wind, I don't care. Go ahead, go for Icy Wind, I don't care. Lower my speed some more, that's fine. If I can get a few Spit F boosts, I can maybe duel the Calyrex. I got an accuracy boost that does nothing. Wow, that does nothing to the Kingambit. He gets a +2 boost again, so that's another problem. This team is really weak to Kingambit, mainly because you have Moonblast and you're going to be sitting and trying to do damage to him, and like it usually takes a couple Moonblasts to try to kill the Kingambit unless you're at +6. So one of those times you're going to lower its stats and it's going to go to like +2 or +4. It's going to one-shot you back in return, so there's no way I win this. Wow, that was probably the biggest waste of about 13 minutes of my time. There's no way I win, I just surrender. That is the main problem with this team is it's so set up reliant to where if you are not able to get rolling, or if this guy he had Encore, like if he was just able to counter me with like one simple move, he landed it by the way too, that was through evasion. He landed the Encore through evasion, which was crazy. That was really lucky too. And then he also landed the Iron Head through +6 evasion there. That was crazy. Just that simple shit, like if it takes too long as well, like that's the main thing, like the more turns they have to attack you, the more chances they have to like screw up your entire setup and just make you instantly lose the game. I don't know how I really feel about this team, especially in my testing matches. I know I haven't even won a single match with this team, even in my testing games, because it's just so reliant on setup, and like if you can't get it to work, then you just don't do anything, and I don't know how I really feel about that. And then the games take so long. Like these matches, usually your typical average match is like 6 to like maybe 10 minutes. A lot of the matches I've had with this team, even my testing games, have gone like 10 to like 15, even like to a timer almost. So I had one game that almost went to a timer already, like one of my testing matches, and I still lost. So I don't know. I'll try to throw you guys maybe 1 or 2 more games with this team, but this is gonna be a pretty long video. It's looking like, so bear with me, kind of stay with me. We're gonna try to make at least work for one match, but it's gonna be really difficult to do. All right, here's another game. My opponent has the Scissor, Breloom, Frigoraph, Milo, Calyrex Ice, and Ursaluna. So he has like a half Trick Room team. Pretty much a full Trick Room team here. So what I'm actually going to do, the Salazzle is actually pretty good into like a lot of the Trick Room setters because you have a non-prankster taunt. So that's pretty good. So if he brings Frigoraph, I just taunt the Frigoraph and so it doesn't set up Trick Room. And if he has the Calyrex, I can kind of bring that as well. Kind of do some stuff into that. I can actually go bring the Grimmsnarl, which is pretty good to set up screens. Actually, the Crest ain't bad here as well either. It kind of walls the shit out of the Breloom too, which is pretty good. The Crest actually is pretty good here. I don't know if I really want to bring it here though. I think what I actually want to do is I actually want to bring the Palkia. I'm going to actually lead Palkia and I'm going to try to go for a Dragon Cheer because his team is really slow. He has a really slow team. It should actually just naturally outspeed the most of his team. I think that's what I'm going to try to do here and go for the +2 crits. And I think that's what I'm going to try to do. I'll bring the Crest in the back. And then I'll bring the Grimmsnarl here. I'm not going to bring the Quillfish because the Quillfish, I think this match is way too passive. He's able to stall it out if he really wants to. It comes down to what Mon has Trick Room too. If I guess wrong on the first turn and if I like taunt the wrong Mon on the first turn that doesn't have the Trick Room, then I can still be in a really bad spot here. He leads Frigoroth. I don't even think he probably knows what the Salazzle wants to do here, so... I'm just going to go for Taunt. I'm going to Taunt on this turn. I don't know if the... whatever the bear wants to do here, he can just... I could Protect here, but I don't know if he really one-shots. I mean, if he does stay in, he's got to go for Terra. So I'm just going to go Hydro Pump here. He doesn't Protect. Oh, he's Mental Herb. Oh, that's so bad. Can I just one-shot him, please, though? Okay, I just get rid of the Ursaluna turn 1, so that's good. I don't know how much that really matters, though, because he still gets his Trick Room up for free. Oh, he has Light Screen. Never mind, that's fine. I'm fine with that, I don't care. Calyrex. I don't know what I really want to do with against this thing. If this thing's the one that has Trick Room or what. But here's one of my... Like, I'm really in a bad spot. Does the Calyrex have Trick Room, or does the Frigoroth? I'm going to taunt the Calyrex. I think the Calyrex has a Trick Room here. Yeah, I'm going to taunt the Calyrex here. I'm going to taunt Calyrex, and then... I don't know if I really want to try to take damage here. If he goes for damage, I'm going to be in a bad spot, but... I'm going to go for Spatial Ren to try to get a crit. Doesn't do nearly enough because of the Light Screen. He goes for Twin Beam, so that's pretty bad now, though, because I can't get my Dragon Cheer. Oh, I live on 1. Doesn't matter, though. Just easy setting up Trick Room. You can't use Sword Sense. Oh, that's perfect. That is perfect. Here goes the Dragon Cheer. Here goes the Dragon Cheer. I should be able to break behind the screen now, because I'm going to get guaranteed crits, plus the Spatial Rend is a high critical chance move, as you guys can see there, so... I should be able to break behind the screens. I don't know if it'll actually one-shot the Calyrex, but it should get rid of the... I don't know, actually I'm going to go after the Calyrex. I think the Calyrex is more of a threat here, actually. Can't Protect, too, so I gotta kind of take advantage of that. Should be a crit. This crit might one-shot him. It doesn't, though. It doesn't. Ooh, that's bad. If he has Trick Room on this turn, though, I'll be like 100% outplayed. Because now he gets a +1 free boost, and if he has Trick Room here, he outspeeds the rest of my team. Wow. I wish I would have went for Taunt. I didn't think he had Trick Room. I thought he had Light Screen. It was maybe more of a supportive Frigoroth. Wow. I think I actually just lose here, yo. I think I'm going to go into the Grimmsnarl to try to get up a screen. Maybe through a screen I can maybe live. I don't think I can, though. I guess I can go for Parting Shot, too, which ain't too bad here. I could go for Parting Shot, but I don't know if I actually live. I'm going to go for Reflect here, and then I'm going to Protect. I think that's my play here. I guess I can't go for Parting Shot either because he has Armor Tail, which I just realized. So I got fucked over there again, too. That is behind a Reflect, and that does so much damage. That is crazy. I don't even know what I do here, because I don't even think I actually, like, do anything here, because, like, I can set up a Light Screen, but, like, he outspeeds me, so he just gets a free kill on the Grimmsnarl here anyways, so I think I just get swept by Calyrex. I think I just get swept by Calyrex here, y'all. Like, I'm gonna try to go for Spatial Rend if I somehow live, but I think I just get swept. I don't know about this team. I don't really care for this team at all. I really do not care for this team. This team, it's also really weak to Calyrex. There was another team earlier, too, that I got swept, and it was a Calyrex. And this team, if the Calyrex is able to get a +1 boost, it just sweeps you. That's the problem with this team, too. It requires too much setup, and like if you screw around too long, Calyrex either sets up on you, or they get their Trick Room up, or they start sweeping you because they just are able to get one clutch kill, and if they get to +1, then they just start sweeping the shit out of you. This team is really weak to Calyrex. Both forms. Ghost and Ice. Ice is more of a problem, but Ghost can still be a problem, especially if they're a nasty plot variant, which I went against in one of my testing games with this team. I went against a nasty plot Calyrex, and the guy fucking swept the shit out of me. He mopped the floor faster than I could even say the game was done. I don't know if you guys will see that match. I don't think I record that one, but I usually don't record any of my testing games. I kind of see how the team plays. I don't know. I don't even know what I do here. Like, what the fuck do I even do? He's at +3. He's like +2 or +3 already. So, like, what the fuck do I do here? There's no way I win. I'll Moonblast if I somehow live. And he gets the crit to insult to injury. I fucking hate Calyrex. I hate Calyrex. It's one of those mons that you just throw onto a team and like it just ruins any type of fun you try to have. It is not fun to play against. Both of them are just so AIDS to play against. If there was a mon I would remove from the game, especially for Regulation G, it would be both the Calyrex forms. I think the entire format would be way better without Calyrex. I don't know why they allowed it again for another generation in Restricted. I'm glad I never played like Restricted back in Sword and Shield, because I think Calyrex was even better back then. Like, now it has Terra and everything, but back then it had even some other stuff you could have used, so I think it was even better back in Sword and Shield, and I'm glad I never played Restricted back then. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. It's going to be really difficult to try to get it up with this team. I'll throw you guys one more game and see if we can try to win, but it's really difficult to use this team. It is just really, really difficult, especially if you're going against this hyper offense shit like Calyrex that just fucking sweeps you if you drop a dime and you fuck around too long. So I don't know. I'll see you guys in maybe one more game. Alright, we're here with one final match. If this team cannot win versus a Regulation F Rain team, I'm going to be really extremely mad, because this is probably the biggest opportunity this team has to maybe win. My opponent has the Rain team. He has the Pelipper, Raichu, Kingdra, Zebstrika, which I haven't seen in forever, Serena, and Gallade. So, what do I do here? I bring Quillfish. I'm going to bring the Quillfish. I'm going to bring the Grimmsnarl to set up the screens. I'm going to bring the Palkia in the back. I kind of want to bring the Amoonguss too. The Amoonguss kind of walls a lot of stuff on his team, but I think he's going to either bring the Pelipper or the Gallade. And both of those is kind of weak into, so I don't think I'm really going to bring it here. I think I'll bring Crest. I think Crest is my last mon. If I can set up Calm Mind, I should be pretty good. Because his team is, he has a lot of special attackers on his team, apart from like Gallade and maybe the Zebstrika. It depends which. You can run it either physical or special, but its stats are really bad. One final test, y'all. Can we get a dub? I'm at my wit's end with this. I'm being with you guys. I think I want to be done using this team. I do not like this team at all. I'll talk about that a little bit more at the end of the video. Lemon Pepper, that's a cool nickname. Some really cool nicknames. Choco Pie, that's a cool nickname. Well, I'm going to go for Minimize here, and then we're going to try to set up. I'm going to go for Light Screen. Weather Ball, that's going to do a lot of damage. Wow, it does a lot. I get a free Minimize though, so that's what really matters here. Setting up to +6 with Minimize is the main thing I need. I'm going to set up the Light Screen now. I don't know what he really even has to like stop this. Like, what do you have for this? Nuzzle? Maybe if he has Nuzzle, he can slow me down and try to get me to be paralyzed. Terra Electric, okay. I mean, if he has Thunder, I don't know. Does Thunder, like, bypass Evasion and Raid? I don't think it does. I just think it goes up to 100% accuracy in Raid. Oh, it must. Either that or he got really lucky here. Well, it does a lot more than I thought it was going to. And he lands a Hurricane. That's surprising. So now I'm forced to go for a Pain Split on this next turn. I'm gonna go for Pain Split here. I think the Blipper probably has more health. And then I could go for Reflect too, but like I don't know what else he really has in the back. If he has Serena, I can maybe use a Reflect, but I think I'm better off just going for... I could Parting Shot here too to try to go into the Palkia, but I think I'm just gonna Spirit Break here. Does he land another? He lands another Thunder at +4. He almost kills me. And he lands a Jurgen. Okay, wow. Wow, is that crazy luck. That is so crazy luck. Alright, well now Plan B. We're going to go into Plan B here, and I'm going to try to set up some Calm Minds with Cresselia and see how far I can get with that before the Grimmsnarl drops. That's my next plan here. We're going to Calm Mind, and then I'm going to go for Spirit Break again, and hopefully I live. He withdraws. Okay, that's good. Cleopatra. Zeb. If I lose to a Zebstrika, I'm going to be just so mad. This is the first time I've ran into Zebstrika since like the start of Regulation F. If I lose to this, I'm going to be so upset. I lived though. I lived on 3, so we got a Spirit Break off. So I'm reducing all their damage, which is pretty good here. I'm at +1. I'm going to just keep setting up. I don't care if the Grimmsnarl drops here. I'm going to set up a Reflect just because I can, because I think I'm dead here anyways. I could Parting Shot out too, but I just don't want to take any damage. That does nothing. Holy shit, that does nothing. Zebstrika, you're so weak, bud. You're such a bad Mon. Really cool Mon, but you're so bad stat-wise. Give Zebstrika a Mega when Pokemon ZA or whatever releases. Here's what I do right now. So I'm in the Palkia right now, so I think actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to save my Terra for the Palkia. I'm going to go Terra Fairy on this turn. What I'm going to do right here... I'm going to Lunar Blessing here because I think he outspeeds me. He's going to do some damage to the Palkia here. I'm going to go Terra Fairy. That way I get hit by neutral damage. Actually, does the Terra really even matter here? I'm not sure. I don't know if it really pays even going for a Terra here. I think I'm better off just saving my Terra yet. I'm just going to go for Psych Up. I don't think there's any way he one-shots me here, because I think he does withdraw here to get his Rain back up. Goes right onto the Raichu again, it's fine, I don't care. Super Cell Slam. Any... Oh my gosh. He didn't take into consideration that one. He didn't take that into consideration, that he absorbed his own move, and he took recoil on top of it. Wow, is that hilarious. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that is hilarious. That's why Supercell Slam is such an awful move, too. Whoever thought a Supercell Slam needs to be fired, because that move is somehow like even a worse wild charge. Why you take recoil if you land into a Protect, or if you miss, and it's that much recoil is beyond me. It actually makes a lot of electric types that actually got the move a lot worse because they never use it at all. You're actually putting yourself at a disadvantage using it over Wild Charge, which is really sad. So I'm going to Moonblast here. I'm at +2, so I'm going to Moonblast, and then I'm going to Protect on this turn to dodge a Fake Out. You know, I think this thing's actually choiced. I think this thing's choiced, y'all. I think the Zebstrika is either Choice Bandit or Choice Scarf. That's crazy. Because I don't know why you would do that 2 times in a row. I think that's just a... He's like, yeah, there's no way... I think that he's like, probably the Zebstrika is going to drop in this turn anyways. There's no point in even switching out. So I think he's Choice Scarf. He's either Choice Scarf or Choice Bandit, and judging by the damage he did, it doesn't look like it's banded damage. Granted, Zeb Strike is a really weak Mon, so it's probably Choice Scarf if I were to guess. I'm already at +2 here, so I'm just going to start going for Moonblast. Get rid of this Blipper, get this thing out of here. See how much a Supercell Slam does to me. If he gets a crit, he can maybe one-shot me, though. With a crit, he can maybe get a kill. He's not even... Okay. So why did he go for Supercell Slam there 2 times in a row? I have no idea. Whatever. I don't know, I thought he was Choice Scarf because he would never change his move up. I guess he's just... Either he's a bad player or there was a reason behind that I just don't know. Maybe he was trying to boost up the Raichu because it would outspeed me and he'd be able to one-shot me at +2 with a Thunder. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Even then, like, I'm at +2 with a Calm Mind boost, so it's technically like neutral damage, and I can eat one of those for the Raichu easy. I got Moonblast here. I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to go Terra Fairy here, predicting a Dragon Pulse, and I'm going to go for Spatial Rend. Supercell Slam. Oh wow, it does about 25 damage. That's crazy. Send Zeb Striker to Ubers. Hopefully they give that thing a Mega when the new games drop, because it's such a cool Mon that's just so bad. So I get my light screen, it's gone now, but I think I just win here. I think he actually just surrenders on this turn, if I'm being real. I'm surprised Spatial Rend didn't even one-shot him. Goes for Surf, that does nothing. We did it, y'all. We did it. I don't know how many matches you guys are going to see in this video, but like, at least with me, like, with my testing games, I did about 3 or 4 testing matches with this team, and like each of the matches went like well over like 10 to 15 minutes. So I wasted like close to an hour just testing this team by itself. So this is probably like one of the most like miserable teams that I probably use, just because I don't think the team is really bad, but it's just way too gimmicky for my standards. And like, out of all the games I did, like the ones you guys probably see, like the 3 or 4 that you guys see in the testing games, this is the only match that I won out of all those matches, which is really sad. This team was like one of the bottom of the barrel. Like, it wasn't a bad team we went against, but like compared to like a Regulation G or like a sweaty Regulation F team, it's kind of below both of those. So considering this is like the only type of team we can actually get a win versus, that's kind of sad. I don't know, let's talk a little bit more about this team. Alright, as for this team, on paper, you guys probably think, at least at the start of this video, you guys probably thought this team was like really cool on paper, same with me, but I think the main thing with this team is it's incredibly luck-based and it's really setup reliant. If you can't get the Cresselia or like the Palkia rolling with like some setup, whether it's from like the Quillfish or like the Dragon Cheer or like just something on this team to get it rolling, it just doesn't do anything. You just get rolled. Especially if your opponent just kills everything else on your team and like leaves the Quillfish or like the Amoonguss for like the last Mon, or even like the Grimmsnarl as like the last thing on your team, and they just wipe out everything else that can actually attack and do decent damage, then you kind of just instantly lose that match anyways. I had that happen to me a few times as well. I just don't really care for like the super gimmicky teams. Like, it looks really fun on paper, but like just using this team, like there's so many like simple things that I like check this to. Encore, King Gambit, this team is really weak into, especially with Kotal Cleave, because it ignores evasion and a bunch of other shit. There's a few. Calyrex destroys this team, especially if it has Swords Dance or Nasty Plot. It is so weak. This team is so weak to it, and you have nothing to really check it unless you rely on evasion or like try to set up faster than it can set up on you, which is really difficult to do, especially when they got team support and are just sitting there trying to set up both Mons most of the time with like no offensive pressure, barely. I don't know. I don't know what to really tell you guys. If you guys want a really fun team, like, I think the main thing with this team, like, the only thing this team is going to really work with, I can see this team working on, like, Pokemon Showdown, like, from, like, your 1000 rating up to maybe, like, your 1100, 1150 ladder rating, like, your really low ladder, because you can probably catch some people off guard and, like, your lower ladder on Showdown. But, like, in-game, especially going against a lot of these sweaty Regulation G teams, Calyrex, Groudon, like, all these sweaty teams, it's just so difficult to make work, and, like, your opponents, either they can have something like that just easily checks you, like Encore, or like some really simple stuff that kind of checks you, or they just set up alongside you and just end up sweeping you because they're able to do a lot more damage than you faster than you can, or they just try to stay in the game as long as they can to where like it just comes down to luck based, and if they get really lucky they can still win. I think that another thing that I just really hate with this team is like a lot of it's just really luck based. It comes down to whether they land moves if you're with evasion, what stat boost you get from acupressure, that type of thing. I don't know. There's a few other things on this team too that are also really luck based. It comes down to like whatever the teams run, like depending on their moves. So there was a team that had I brought the Grimmsnarl and they had Brick Break, so they kind of just, I threw up both of my screens, and like in one turn they wiped out both of my screens and they were able to do so much damage, so it kind of just made the Grimmsnarl useless in one of my games. It just depends on what your opponent has. If they have something like niche shit like that, it just shuts down something so easily. So I don't know. I think the one thing I brought on this team the least to was probably the Amoonguss, just because I had a lot of bad matchups with it. I went against a lot of teams where the Amoonguss just got shit on by everything, but I don't know. I don't know if it really would have did much anyways, just judging about how the rest of the team really did. But I'm not really shitting on the creator of the team or like that the team's really bad. I just think the team is just way too gimmicky. It gets shut down way too easily and it takes way too much to set up. Plus, it's incredibly stally. A lot of the matches go like 10, 15, sometimes even to like a timer. And even then, most of the time, like your opponents can kind of play around that and can still win based off of a timer sometimes. And at least me personally, I like having like fast, very like hyper offensive or like play based teams. I don't really like relying on like luck based like setup stuff most of the time or that type of thing. So I didn't really care for this team, if I'm being real with you guys. I didn't really care for this team. Not trying to shit on the team, not trying to shit on the creator's team or like team building or anything. I just didn't care for the team because it's mainly how it plays and what it's trying to do. So I don't know. If you guys want to use the team rental, go up in the corner, pokepaste down below. Maybe you guys can use the team, you guys can do better than I can. I don't know, at least for me, maybe it's got unlucky with some really bad matchups. There was one, I won against one team and that is it. And the team had Zeb Striker and like a bunch of other shit on it. So like that's the only team I was able to win against. Every other team I got my ass kicked. So that just goes to show you. Maybe you guys will have better luck than I do. So by all means, try out the team. Let me know how you guys do. Apart from that, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody.